Welcome to the driver's seat. We are in the midst of driving this beautiful 2021 Lexus LC500 Convertible. It's the first time the luxury brand from Toyota, Lexus, has done a convertible in over 10 years. That was the SC430, and don't even try and compare the two. They really have nothing in common, except maybe that they're front-engine, rear-wheel drive convertibles from Lexus. But this thing is just amazing. We love the Coupe. We thought that was a great first step, and this convertible just really completes it. Looks good with the top up, looks good with the top down, makes a great growl, has a 5-liter normally aspirated V8 engine, producing 471 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. It's rear-wheel drive. It's well balanced. It's not the lightest car in the industry, 4,500 pounds or so, but the fit and finish, when you drive this, you feel like you're driving a very substantial vehicle and you're getting your money's worth. And with a starting price of $101,000, it's actually very reasonable when you look at the competitive set, Porsche 911 Turbo, BMW 8 Series convertible, just to name a few. We love the way it looks, and with Lexus quality, it's going to be still solid in 5-10 years. That's just the way I feel about the brand, and of course, the numbers prove it. My neighbor has a 18 Alfa Romeo 4C Spider, and he saw me drive this and was really kind of condescending, looking down upon this, and I laughed at him. I said, "You paid $80,000 for your car. You're lucky if it's worth $40,000 right now. I don't know if there's a vehicle that has a worse resale value than the 4C Spider. That has a little 4-cylinder engine. This has a V8. This thing is substantial. That thing is a toy. It's like a go-kart." But it's funny how some people just look down on Japanese cars or even American cars in segments where the Europeans dominate. But I don't think you should. Lexus, of all the brands, Lexus has certainly made a name for itself, and it changed the way Germans build cars and sell cars and market cars. And back then they just used to make solid cars, but they didn't really focus on the fit and finish and some of the details that Toyota and Lexus do, and now they've been forced to, and as a result, we all have better luxury cars. So let's get behind the wheel, give you a little insight into what it's like to drive this. It's just a pleasure. It looks good. It sounds good. Yes, some of the sounds normally is artificially pumped in. Who cares? Everybody pumps in sound now. That's just the way it is. It's got some nice drive modes, and I gotta tell you, this thing is just very impressive. It's turned a lot of heads, and I'm really happy for Lexus that they have this vehicle, because I think it's going to do wonders for the brand. About you, but there's nothing like a normally aspirated V8 engine. 5 liters, 471 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Proper front engine, rear-wheel drive, grand touring convertible. And it is a beauty. That last convertible, the SC430, it was a joke. It was a fancy secretary's car. This is no joke, and everything about this vehicle is impressive. When you sit here, the seats are comfortable, but they're just sporty enough. The fit and finish is really second to none, and I'm including the German cars. The tech could be a little better. It's not up to Audi, certainly not up to Mercedes-Benz standards, but that's just the Lexus way. They do things in a very conservative manner, and I can tell you this vehicle is 0 to 64.6 seconds, top speed about 170 miles an hour, but that's not really why you're buying it. But notice how quiet it is in here. We have the top up, obviously, but it's extremely quiet. Even with the top down, It's very manageable. It's got a tremendous Mark Levinson sound system, one of the best in the industry. As you can see, no shortage of power. Just pure, normally aspirated V8. Even in their LS, their flagship sedan, the vehicle that they launched the brand with 30 plus years ago, even that no longer has a normally aspirated V8. They've gone to a twin turbo 6, but luckily this vehicle has managed to escape that, and we are definitely grateful. It takes bumps with no problem. Feel the power. Nice paddle shifters, like the steering, like everything about this car. No, it's not a German car, but there are a lot of pluses to that. First of all, I think that the average person couldn't tell the difference, especially the way most people drive their cars. Second of all, the advantage of not being a German car is that it's a Lexus, and that chances are over the next 5 years, you're not going to have any issues. Maybe over the next 10 years, everything is really built to higher tolerances. As someone who owns a 22-year-old Land Cruiser, I can tell you I've owned it since it was a year old. I've had no issues with it. It's just the way Toyota and Lexus builds cars, especially their high-end cars. This is their top-of-the-line flagship vehicle. This is their halo car, and it works. But everything is just, you can tell, is over-engineered, very, very industrial, but yet very appealing and very calming and very just very well put together. Their requirements from their suppliers is really much higher than what Porsche and other brands are going to demand. Cruising at 100 miles an hour right now. We'll get it into 10th gear, and you can see, especially if you put it into normal, the RPMs dropped way down to about 2200. Very, very quiet. You don't get a lot of road noise, a little bit of wind noise, but no road noise. You would never know we're cruising at 100 miles an hour right now, but that's what we're doing. And then if you want to put it into Sport or Sport Plus, just brilliant. That was 131 miles an hour on a wide open road, just to show you guys how capable and just how fun this car is to drive. We've only had it for a short time, at 4 days, but we've really enjoyed it, and looking forward to seeing these on the road. All right, let's get back to normal speed here and sum it up for the Lexus LC500 Convertible. I think a very impressive vehicle, and one that will really stand the test of time. I think it's got a very futuristic look that should be around for the next 5 or 6 years without looking too dated. That's very important. There are competitors, no doubt about it. I mentioned BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, you name it. We can even go as high as Aston Martin. But at the end of the day, there's nothing else from Japan that competes with this vehicle. So let's start there. If you want that Japanese quality, and I don't think there is better quality from Japan than from Lexus. They take everything that's great about Toyota and take it one step further. To people like my neighbor who think their Alfa Romeo 4C Spider is a better driver, a better vehicle than this, you're completely out of your mind. I don't even know where to start. There has to be some kind of reasonability if I'm going to have an intelligent conversation with someone, and when they start spewing this kind of I don't even know what you call it. I guess European snobbery, and won't even consider anything unless it's made in Europe. That's just stupid. This is an amazing vehicle. They're two different vehicles, don't get me wrong, but to think that that is such a better driver than this, clearly he's never been on a track, he's never actually driven it. I think the fastest I've ever seen him drive it is 50 miles an hour. Congratulations, Lexus, and thank you for bringing us a vehicle like this, something that's going to inspire the brand. I can't wait to see the new IS in person. I think that's going to be another very important vehicle. These are the vehicles that will, the IS, that will bring younger buyers into the brand. These are the vehicles that people over 50 that are pretty affluent are going to buy, who maybe have traditionally bought European cars, especially German cars, and are now really seeing that, wow, Lexus is more than just boring sedans and hybrids and crossovers. They actually make fun, sporty, engaging vehicles, and that's what this is. I really think they nailed it. And I'm looking forward to more of these, and hopefully one day we'll see an LCF. Why not? I'm Ron Doran. Thanks for watching. See you next time on The Driver's Seat.